So welcome to the final video. This is video 6, and in this one I won't be showing you anything that we currently have. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Pro version that we will be moving towards developing over the next few weeks, and also some other tools that are available. So in terms of the Pro version, we're looking at adding some extra features. For example, being able to enter the amount you spent on ads for a baseline and compare period. So you can say, see how much extra you've been spending, and then see how that compares to your increase or decrease in values. And we'll also make that very visually available, as we have with the other information you're seeing in terms of your changes from the baseline. So that will save you having to try and then take these numbers out of this sheet and compare them to something else. You'll put it all in one place, and should therefore allow you to see very easily where you are making money from your ads and where you're losing it, and also what your return on investment is. So it might be that you're making ads but you're only making 1% on one set of ads, but you're making 30% at a time on another. Then you know which ones you need to focus on. We'll look at graphs as well, going to see what graphs would be useful from that information, both what's already in the standard version of the tool and also the enhanced version. And we'll be thinking up what else might be useful, partly also by using the tools ourselves. But if there's anything else you can think of that you think would really be useful, let us know, and we'll look and see if it's something we can add into that, into the Pro version, or possibly even into the standard version, depending on what it is. So that is where we are with that tool. And if you were to head over to authortech.net and click through to the free tools and then the advanced read-through calculator, this is another free tool you can get immediately. It has its own video training already up on the site, and this tells you absolutely critical information. If you have a series, it tells you how many people who bought book 1 in your series read book 2, book 3, book 4, 5, 6, and so on if you have a very long series. And what it will show is two things. It will show you how many people went from book 1 to book 2, book 2 to book 3, book 3 to book 4, and so on. And then it will also show you, and it'll show you the percentage of that, and it will show you, which actually isn't listed on the site, I've just realised, is how many people go from book 1 to book 2, but how many people who buy book 1 read book 3, how many people who buy book 1 read book 4, and so on. And by entering the amount that each of those books brings in royalties, you get an output like this. So you actually find out for every sale of book 1, how much income do you get. Now we have this broken down by ebook, KU, paperback, audiobook, and hardback categories. So you can actually have a look there and see the difference. You can see here it looks like ebooks are much better, possibly because you get higher royalties, or possibly just because people are more likely to carry on through the series. We even cope with KU, so we can show how KU goes. In that case, we're comparing a complete read, so enough pages having been read to count as reading the book once, and that makes the numbers directly comparable. It will show you then overall for the whole of it. So if you're running ads and you're only running them for ebooks or only running them for KU, you'd want to use these numbers. But if you were running them for something like Amazon ads, where it could push things to all of these, you can see your average income. And that's actually your weighted average. So most of that will come from the ebook, because that's most of where you expect your sales to be. Now there's a lot more information in the sheets and in the training which takes you through it, but really it's something that's critical to know. If you're looking at adverts or any sort of push, anything that's going to take your effort, and you have a series, you want to know at what point people are dropping off. And it also might mean there's a problem. If you see a large drop off, for example, here this example is not so good, but if you were to see a big drop off in the ebook between books 3 and 4, here it's 98%, it's really good. But if that was 45%, it might mean you've forgotten to put any back matter in book 3 when you published book 4 to say that there is a book 4. So maybe people are just dropping out because they don't know there's another book, and they're not going to go looking for it unless they're nudged. So with one slight change, you might be able to double the amount of book 4 that people read. And then that flows on through, because if you have a book 5, book 6, book 7, well, if people haven't got to book 4, they're not going to find books 5, 6, or 7. So you might not just be saying, oh, you get an extra $2 or $3 for a bunch more sales of book 4, but you're also getting more money for book 5 and book 6. So this is why the advanced read-through calculator is really important. Now that's 2 tools. We're looking at developing a lot more. Some of them may be only subscription or paid. We're looking at the model. But what you can do right now is head over to the More Tools and Training tab, and you can subscribe to our updates. So we'll let you know when there's more tools coming out, and exactly what they are, and also you can give us feedback on what you like about them, what you don't, what you think a fair price would be, or if you'd rather have a buy everything model where you get every tool we add going forwards. At the moment the videos are on YouTube, but we may change that to something like Teachable. So go ahead, check it out, and please let us know what you think of these sheets. It's taken quite a bit of time to put them together, but we're really happy with what we've achieved.